What is going on right there?
That's actually scaly skin. No. Look at that pattern right there.
Stumbling upon mysterious remains and uncovering buried secrets, archaeologists have discovered a world that was unknown to people.
The big claws, you can't miss them, right? You would think with those big claws that this animal would be a carnivore.
From ancient giant remains to bizarre carcasses being carried out.
That's bone right next to the skin. Yeah. But that's an articular surface right there. So this is either a hip or a shoulder element.
Hang on to watch the unbelievable things found in the rocky patterns of the world that shocked the whole world.
I think we got ourselves a dinosaur.
Tiny tracks found in a boulder, 28 footprints. What's so interesting, aside from the age, is also the gait of the creature.
Recently, scientists found 28 fossilized tracks near the Bright Angel Trail in the Grand Canyon. These prints were older than dinosaurs. They showed an animal walking in a strange diagonal pattern, crossing one foot over the other. The animal was about 18 inches long, much like a small alligator. Why did it walk that way? Experts thought the unusual walk could be caused by strong winds or even a territorial display. These ancient tracks didn't just reveal its movements, they opened a window to a world long gone and helped us piece together Earth's prehistoric puzzle.
My first thought was that there was a really strong wind, and this animal was going one direction, but there was a strong wind pushing it in the other direction.
Cave of the Domes.
We're going to take a look at Cave of the Domes. Here's the entrance, at least an entrance, the main entrance.
Ever wish to explore a hidden cave in the Grand Canyon? The Cave of the Domes on Horseshoe Mesa is the perfect spot for adventure seekers. To get there, visitors must hike the tough Grandview Trail, known for its steep climbs and stunning views. It is famous for its unique rock formations, which give it the name Cave of the Domes. Inside this cave, it's dark and almost impossible to spot anything. If you're up for the challenge, the Cave of the Domes offers an unforgettable experience and a deeper connection to the Grand Canyon's history.
I feel a mysterious presence in here.
Nautiloid fossils.
Take a look over there. You can see the cone-shaped organism pointing this way.
I see it.
You won't believe what ancient seas left behind, because scientists found countless fossils of nautiloids. These sea creatures looked like squids, living in cone-shaped shells in the Grand Canyon's limestone layers. These fossils weren't just in one spot. They were spread across 100 miles of rock. The numbers were huge, about 1 billion nautiloids buried in the same layer. The way these creatures were frozen in time was really strange. Most of them pointed in the same direction, like they were swept away by something powerful. Some even stood straight up. This wasn't normal at all. When sea creatures expire naturally, they usually end up scattered randomly on the seafloor. But here, something powerful and fast likely buried them all at once. Scientists believe it to be a flood.
It's fossilized in a vertical position.
It is.
That seems strange to me.
Split twig figurines.
We're looking at objects that were found in caves, discovered there by archaeologists from the Colorado Plateau.
These 4,000-year-old twig animals are more than just art. They are ancient symbols that reveal stories of survival. During an exhibition, a guide showcased these delicate split twig figurines, now displayed for the world to see. They were discovered in caves across the Grand Canyon. These were crafted by carefully folding split twigs into shapes like deer, the animals vital for survival in early times. While some experts believe they were good luck charms for hunters, their exact purpose is still unknown. What's clear is that these artifacts highlight the creativity and skill of people who lived thousands of years ago.
These are sandals. These sandals are about 800 years old.
Grand Canyon Cavern Hotel.
This hotel room is more than 200 feet below ground. It's one of the most unique hotel rooms in the world.
There's a hotel where you can sleep 220 feet below the Earth's surface. Sounds weird, right? Well, there's a spot in Arizona where you can do just that. The Grand Canyon Cavern Suite. No windows, no sunlight, and absolutely no living creatures. To get to it, you take an elevator that drops you 21 stories straight down. The elevator itself took 2 years to build. Once you enter, it's like stepping into another world. The best part? You get to explore the entire cavern by flashlight, check out mummified creatures, and even see fallout shelter gear from the 60s. It's not for everyone, but if you're looking for an escape from the everyday hustle, this might be the weirdest place to do it. Would you give it a try?
You got 2 queen beds up on top. The couch actually folds out to a king-size bed. We could sleep up to 6 people down here.
Horseshoe Canyon petroglyphs.
Petroglyphs, petrographs. These are ancient, and some of the ones in this canyon are super ancient.
A trail in Horseshoe Canyon, Utah, made you feel like you were stepping into the past. It's about an 8-mile hike, but along the way, you'll spot petroglyphs carved into the canyon walls. These ancient drawings, believed to be from 400 to 1100 AD, show animals, people, and even tribe leaders. The soft sand and rocky terrain make the hike a bit tricky, so sturdy shoes are a must. And don't forget to look closely. Some carvings are hidden in little corners. It's incredible to think these were made by the ancestors of the Pueblo people. If you're into history and stunning views, this is a spot you can't miss. Just bring water and get ready for an unforgettable adventure.
These are really, really big, and some of the ones we're about to go see are like 6 feet tall. That is really unique and really special.
Hidden history.
The artifacts that are being found, the history of some of the people that may have lived here, and there are still unanswered questions.
The Grand Canyon's secrets just keep coming. Deep within its layers, archaeologists found a 2-room stone structure known as Feature 5. This ancient site is believed to have been used for ceremonies, and thanks to the help of 11 tribes, experts are piecing together its story. Now, visitors can watch archaeologists in action as they discover artifacts that give a peek into how people once lived here. The Grand Canyon isn't just rock and water, it's a place filled with hidden stories that continue to be revealed today.
The artifacts will be sent out to different analysts. Once the results of everybody's work comes back, so you got ceramics, lithics, pollen, flotation, soil samples of various kinds.
Cave giant.
This is a Pleistocene mammal that existed in the Valley of Las Vegas about 32,000 years ago.
The Grand Canyon once had a surprising giant living in its caves. Explorers found bones, fur, and even droppings of an ancient creature called the Shasta ground sloth. This massive animal lived during the Ice Age and was much bigger than the sloths we see today. Unlike today's sloths, which hang from trees, the Shasta ground sloth walked on the ground and used its big claws and long tongue to grab food from tall branches. A replica of this incredible creature can be seen at the Nevada State Museum, where it still amazes visitors.
The big claws, you can't miss them, right? You would think with those big claws that this animal would be a carnivore.
Ancient swords. Not all treasures shine with gold and jewels. In a cave near the Dead Sea, archaeologists found 4 Roman swords, buried for nearly 1,900 years. These swords once belonged to Judean rebels who stole them from Roman soldiers. They hid them in a rush. 3 of the swords were still inside their wooden scabbards, almost as if they were waiting for someone to fight once more. The dry desert air preserved them perfectly. It's as if the swords were waiting for battle, frozen in time.
Swords are from the 2nd century CE. Probably they were hidden in the cave by rebels, Jewish rebels.
Hidden giants.
Heavy breathing.
There's a place in Red Rock Canyon where nature reveals its secrets, and this one left everyone amazed. At Craft Mountain, tourists spotted 2 Gila monsters, sunbathing on the rugged rocks. These venomous lizards are rarely seen out in the open. With their bright orange and black scales, they seemed almost unreal against the dusty desert backdrop. Typically, they stay hidden under rocks or in caves. But this moment felt like something straight out of a nature documentary.
Dude, is that a Gila monster?
A similar incident was reported by a local when he saw a Gila monster in southeast Arizona, USA. For those who witnessed it, it wasn't just a hike. It was a once-in-a-lifetime encounter with two of the desert's most elusive creatures. Real crisis.
Essentially, 1999-2000 was the last time the water was up at the base of that concrete rim.
The Colorado River, the lifeline of the American Southwest, is facing a crisis. Once providing water and power to 7 states and Mexico, the river has been dropping year after year. The situation worsened after 20 years of drought, worsened by climate change. Experts have never seen the river so low. The dramatic changes are hard to ignore. What was once a thriving waterway is now a shadow of its former self, and the future looks uncertain. In just a few months, Arizona farmers will face massive cuts, with many losing their water supply entirely. The question is, can they find a way to share the shrinking resource before it's too late?
There's going to be a time when we have to reduce water usage. We have to pay attention to that. But being out here, it feels like that moment's here already.
It's here.
Tower of History.
Conservation of these nationally significant buildings is critical for our future generations to understand what the parks are about, what historic preservation is about.
Have you ever seen a place that tells the story of a people, a time, and a land all in one? The Desert View Watchtower does exactly that. It's not just a structure, it's a monument to history. Inside the tower, you'll find artwork that connects the past with the present. When Mary Coulter built this watchtower, she didn't just think about its beauty. She thought about the land, the view, and what it could mean. Standing at the edge of the Grand Canyon, this tower lets you see the vast landscape that once was home to the ancestral Puebloans. It's like stepping into history itself. What makes it even more remarkable? A woman architect in the early 1900s made it when women were not given an architecture license. Mystery footprint. While hiking along a quiet trail, a tourist stumbled upon a giant footprint in the rock. At nearly 18 inches long, it looked like it belonged to something massive. Some folks think it's the mark of an ancient creature, while others are convinced it's something stranger. As word spread, more and more people came to check it out, wondering if it was proof of a giant from the past, or something even weirder. Either way, this mysterious footprint has left everyone asking the same question. What made it? Uranium mine. Just 6 miles from the Grand Canyon, a uranium mine is back in action after decades of dormancy. Built in 1986, it closed shortly after due to falling uranium prices. Recently reopened, it aims to meet the growing demand for nuclear power. The mine plans to dig 1,400 feet deeper over the next few years to extract uranium ore. However, its reopening has sparked concerns. The Havasupai tribe and environmental groups fear potential groundwater contamination and harm to local wildlife. The mining company, Energy Fuels, insists their operations follow strict safety standards and modern practices, but the debate continues. Will progress come at too high a cost? Political power play. When ancient Athens turned against its own, no one was safe. In 632 BCE, around 80 skeletons were discovered in a grave near Athens. They were supporters of Cylon, a noble who tried to overthrow Athens' rulers and set himself up as a tyrant. After his failed coup, his followers were captured, likely to send a harsh message to anyone considering rebellion. This mass execution reflects the brutal political struggles in ancient Athens, where leaders used extreme actions to assert control and eliminate opposition. Ancient cannibal site. In Germany, archaeologists found a shocking secret buried for centuries. The Herxheim site in southwest Germany, dating back to 5300 to 4950 BC, is a strange and mysterious archaeological discovery from the Neolithic period. It contains mass graves with the remains of over 1,000 people from different regions. Some researchers believe this might have been part of rituals, while others think it could have involved captives or people from conflicts. Alongside the remains, broken pottery and tools were found, hinting at organized ceremonies. Whether it was a place of sacrifice, ritual, or a response to troubled times, this sure is one thing: an incredible sight. Hidden village. Way down in the Grand Canyon, there's a village so hidden you won't believe it's real. Supai, a small village in Arizona, has been home to the Havasupai tribe for over 800 years. With only about 600 people, it's one of the most isolated spots in the U.S. The village is known for its breathtaking waterfalls, Havasu Falls and Mooney Falls, with bright blue-green water that draws visitors from all over. The village has everything visitors need, like a store, cafe, and museum. If you love nature and adventure, this hidden village is worth the trip. It's a peaceful escape that feels far from the busy world. Ice Age discovery. The Grand Canyon isn't just a natural wonder, it's a treasure chest of ancient secrets. For years, scientists believe the big cat bones in the Grand Canyon were from Ice Age pumas, but new studies revealed they belong to the extinct American cheetah. These cats didn't live on open plains like modern cheetahs. Instead, they thrived in rugged caves above the canyon floor. Bones with mummified flesh and preserved claws gave rare clues about their lives. They had traits similar to pumas, snow leopards, and cheetahs, making them truly unique. Another secret unlocked, showing us the Grand Canyon's past is just as incredible as its present. Vishnu Temple. A mountain in the Grand Canyon carries a name inspired by a god. Vishnu Temple stands 7,529 feet tall and was named by a geologist in the late 1800s. He thought the towering peak looked like a grand temple and named it after Vishnu, a Hindu god who protects the world. The mountain is made of Vishnu schist, one of the oldest rock formations on Earth, dating back over 1 billion years. Some researchers believe these ancient rocks were once part of the ocean floor, uplifted over time by powerful geological forces. Vishnu Temple isn't just a peak. It holds clues to how Earth transformed over millions of years. Nature's masterpiece. Nature's artwork can't get more mesmerizing than this. The wave looks like it's straight out of a painting. This stunning rock formation is located in Coconino County, Arizona, and is a top destination for hikers and photographers. The way the rocks curve and the bright orange and pink hues make it stand out like no other. The rock is made of Navajo sandstone, shaped by wind and water over millions of years. Not too far away, if you take a look at the Grand Canyon, you'll spot different layers of rock. The top layer is Kaibab limestone, and beneath it lies Coconino sandstone. While many believe these layers formed in a dry desert, some clues suggest they could have been underwater long ago. Pretty cool, right? Grand Canyon vandalism. A shocking act caught the attention of Grand Canyon officials. A rock defaced with the words, Evans 16. A visitor had reported seeing a man and a woman spray painting a rock northeast of the Grand Canyon village. With the help of public tips, the suspects were found, and now they will face legal consequences. Experts are positive that this act will help preserve the ancient treasure we have in the name of the Grand Canyon. Mysterious hand. A strange discovery was made in the Grand Canyon that no one can explain. While exploring the canyon, people found a rock formation that looks like a giant hand. It's hard to believe this could be a natural formation, which raises the mystery of who could have carved it and why. Some believe this formation might be a petrified hand, a theory that suggests the hand was once real, but over time, it turned to stone. This rock formation is thought to be over 100 years old, but no one knows exactly when it was created. Frog survival. A type of frog that used to be everywhere is now facing big challenges. Their homes are disappearing, and threats like climate change and disease are pushing them closer to vanishing. But there's hope. For over 25 years, the Phoenix Zoo has been working to help these frogs. They do it in 2 ways, by safely raising frog eggs until they're strong enough to be released, or by breeding adult frogs and letting their eggs hatch in places where these frogs once lived. Thanks to this work, these frogs now have a chance to thrive again in the wild. ancient canyon art. High above a vast, barren desert canyon, a desert examiner made a discovery hidden for centuries. There was a hidden rock art panel. The carvings are full of mystery. There are curved lines, possibly representing rivers or water. Some shapes resemble animals, while others may depict human-like figures. Some patterns look like rainbows, suggesting they could have had cultural or spiritual significance to those who created them. Experts are now studying these markings. Hopefully, the hidden meanings will be revealed soon. Historic discoveries. Two unexpected discoveries have brought us closer to understanding the mysteries of history. In northern Thailand, a fossilized tree was found that stands 72.2 meters tall. Experts believe the original tree was over 100 meters high and has been in a tropical forest for around 800,000 years. It's amazing to think about how big trees used to be back then. In Pompeii, a tragic discovery was made. A Roman man was crushed by a stone block during the eruption of Mount Vesuvius in 79 AD. His remains were preserved in volcanic ash, showing just how strong the eruption was. Real terror. Deep in the rocks, a world comes to life. Thousands of Great Basin rattlesnakes curled together in a tight pile have been asleep for months. Now, as the weather warms, they're waking up hungry. Without a meal in sight, they emerge into the sunlight, desperate for food. But there's a problem. The Grand Canyon, with its vast, rocky landscape, isn't kind to these snakes. The canyon cuts them off from food sources, and their hunt for small mammals, birds, and lizards becomes a real challenge. It's survival on the line. Can they find food, or will the canyon claim them? The race is on. Museum brings history. Visitors explore the Tusayan Museum, where history comes to life. The Hopi-style building was built in 1928. You know what? It showcases fascinating artifacts from the Pueblo Native Americans. Inside, pottery, baskets, and silverwork reflect the culture of these early people. Their crops, especially corn, were important to their lives. Among the exhibits are split-twig animal figurines. Their purpose remains a mystery. The museum also displays tools and other relics. These items offer a unique glimpse into daily life long ago. It's a journey into the Grand Canyon's past. Metal on Trail. The Bright Angel Trail in the Grand Canyon is famous for its stunning views, but there's more to it than meets the eye. A hiker once found a strange metal object along the trail, and it sparked curiosity on social media. It turns out, this metal is part of the trail's maintenance system. The Bright Angel Trail sees thousands of hikers and mule trains every year. The constant foot traffic and harsh weather can cause the trail to erode quickly. Minimal bulldozers are used to clear debris and keep the trail safe. So, when you spot something unusual, like metal on the path, it might be part of the trail's secret maintenance. Mysterious frame. You might be surprised by what a hiker discovered at the Grand Canyon. A simple photo, but the story behind it? Heartbreaking. Visitors often left loving notes as a tribute to someone special. But this photo? It's believed to have been left by a hiker who made it to the Grand Canyon alone. It's believed that the hiker who made it to the canyon never returned. Some say the people in the photo didn't make it with him. They had already left this world long before. He left the photo behind, a silent tribute to what was lost. The canyon's beauty remains, but the story left behind is full of lost dreams. Special lizard. A wildlife photographer managed to snap an incredible video of the collared lizard. This little guy is hard to miss with its bright colors, chunky head, and the bold black collar around its neck. You'll usually find them hanging out on dry, rocky hillsides, hiding under flat rocks. But here's the wild part. When they need to escape a predator, they run on their back legs. Seriously, it's like watching a tiny dinosaur in action. A similar sighting took place in the stunning Dominguez Canyon, where a local captured another collared lizard. These colorful creatures are a common sight in the open glades of the Ozarks. With their vibrant looks and quick moves, they're one of nature's coolest surprises. Hand mystery. Ever seen a mystery carved into stone? In Jerusalem, workers found an ancient handprint in a dry moat that once protected the city. This moat, unlike European ones, had no water. It was just a massive trench built to keep enemies out. But the handprint? That's the mystery. Was it left by someone running from danger? Perhaps he was trying to escape, leaving his hand behind as he ran for safety. Or maybe it was carved by locals as an ancient symbol. No one knows for sure, and archaeologists are still looking for the reason. Doll or spirit? Katsina dolls are often seen as simple wooden figurines, but they are so much more. These vibrant dolls were originally crafted by the Katsinam to teach the Hopi children about their culture and beliefs. They were carved from cottonwood root, which is soft and easy to shape. You know what? They were painted with natural pigments to represent the 4 cardinal directions. These dolls weren't just art. They were a way to honor spirits, with each doll holding a deeper meaning. Over the years, though, as outsiders influenced Hopi culture, the doll's designs began to change. But some carvers still stick to the original style, believing it captures the true spirit of the Katsinam. Nature's power. You've probably heard of the tarantula hawk wasp, right? Well, imagine one digging near the Colorado River. It sounds almost unbelievable, but that's exactly what a tourist captured. These wasps are known for their insane strength, and they dig to find tarantulas. Why? To paralyze them and feed their larvae. The Colorado River setting made this moment even more incredible, offering a perfect backdrop for nature's raw power. It's not every day you witness such a rare event, and that's exactly why this sighting stands out. Nature can surprise you in the most unexpected ways. Canyon mysteries. There had been talk about Kincade's cave in the Grand Canyon for over a century. People had said it was hidden deep within the canyon, and inside there were strange Egyptian artifacts, mysterious hieroglyphs, and even mummies. The cave's passageways were said to be perfectly carved, and huge chambers had held golden treasures and ancient tools. Some locals had claimed there were armed guards keeping people away, and that the area was off-limits to visitors. So what was the truth? Had an ancient Egyptian civilization ended up there? Or was there something more to the story? Even till now, adventurers were still drawn to the canyon to know the real reason. Hidden gem. What if the treasure you've been searching for was right under your feet? That's exactly what happened to David Anderson at Crater of Diamonds State Park in Arkansas. On a weekend hunt, he discovered a unique gem. At first, he thought it was just quartz, but when he saw how it sparkled, he realized it was a real diamond. This wasn't David's first find. Since 2007, he has uncovered over 400 diamonds. Some were huge. Bud, as he called it, now joins other legendary finds at the park, like the famous Uncle Sam. Crater of Diamonds is a must-visit for anyone hoping to find their own gem. Ancient secret. In Utah, a new dinosaur species was recently identified, but it's not quite as famous as the T-Rex. Scientists recently identified Nesutoceratops taitusi, a dinosaur that roamed the Earth 76 million years ago. This herbivore was no small creature, measuring 15 feet long and weighing over 2 tons. With its large nose and long horns, it stood out in the prehistoric world. The unique blade-like horn on its snout made it even more remarkable. Living in a swampy, subtropical environment, Nesutoceratops was related to the famous Triceratops. This discovery adds an exciting chapter to our understanding of ancient dinosaurs and their surprising adaptations. Heaven on Earth. So this one tourist was just out on a simple hike in the Grand Canyon, right? But what he found was anything but ordinary. In a hidden side canyon, he came across a waterfall that looked like it came straight out of a dream or heaven. Water was flowing over the red rock walls. Vibrant green moss covered the cliffs, almost like nature's own little masterpiece. It was like finding a secret oasis, totally untouched by the thousands of people who visit the canyon every year. How did something this amazing stay hidden for so long? It was a wild discovery, and now it has become a new tourist spot. Canyon's wealth. The Grand Canyon has always been a place of mystery, but what if it holds secrets far beyond the known? Some believe there's a treasure cave hidden deep within, containing treasures larger than any known to man. Ancient explorers left behind clues, but it's the stories from native tribes that really fuel the mystery. Local legends, old maps, and even petroglyphs seem to suggest this might be the homeland of the Aztecs or a lost civilization. Newly uncovered documents hint at a hidden wealth, possibly looted by the US government. The evidence is compelling. Could this breathtaking place rewrite history? Cave creatures. In caves on the northern rim of the Grand Canyon, scientists found 2 new species of pseudoscorpions. These little creatures, barely the size of a grain of rice, have no eyes. Living in total darkness, they've adapted by losing them completely. Unlike regular scorpions, they don't use tails to sting their prey. Instead, their pincers pack venom to capture tiny invertebrates. And here's the coolest part. They hitch rides on other animals, spreading to new places and looking for their next meal. These weird little creatures don't just hunt, they also hitch rides on other animals to spread out and find new places to live. The Grand Canyon hides some pretty strange secrets. Birds return.
That is a California condor here at the Grand Canyon.
A tourist visiting the Grand Canyon had an amazing experience when he saw a California condor on the cliff. This bird, once nearly extinct, is now slowly coming back into the wild. For years, California condors lived in zoos and breeding programs, but now they're returning to their natural home. This sighting was a reminder of how important conservation is and how nature can bounce back. It was a rare moment that showed how far these efforts of the government have come.
That's pretty cool.
Giant is back. Recently, a drone spotted a strange side of a mountain, a carving that looks like a person. Soon, the video went viral. At first glance, it could seem like just another random rock formation, but the more you look at it, the more interesting it becomes. Some people think it could represent an ancient god, one that was worshipped by the people who lived there long ago. The design and placement might tell us something about their beliefs or their way of life. The subscriber's pick. High in the rocky cliffs, a strange formation left visitors speechless. At first glance, it looked like a giant sitting perfectly still, gazing over the land below. Some believed it was just erosion, a natural coincidence shaped by time, but others weren't convinced. Legends from ancient times spoke of giants turned to stone by curses or divine punishment. Could this formation be tied to those old tales? Speculation spread quickly. For now, the petrified giant remains a mystery, silently watching over the cliffs as curious travelers stop to wonder what it might reveal.